the most disappointing team thus far in the season. So go ahead, Sheldon. Tell us who you got. Who made your list of most disappointing teams?
Well, I got at least two. The Bulls, obviously,
Yeah, that's
man.
on my
And I'm
list.
gonna go with the Warriors. The
I
Warriors.
thought about it,
Hey,
but
nobody thought the Warriors were gonna be average. The Warriors are average, bro. The defending champs are in the play-in. Like, bro, 29-29, and I give you Steph Curry been out. I give you that. But you still got Klay Thompson. You still got Wiggins. You still got Jordan Poole. You just paid them to. Obviously, you expect their play to step up, and you're only average. You at least got to be 3 games above it. At least 3 games above 500. Not even 30 wins. The Pelicans still got more wins than you, and they just was on a 10-game losing streak. And how they still got more wins than you? I'm gonna go with the Warriors. I'm gonna go with
How
them.
many wins the Warriors got?
29.
29.
They got more than the Lakers.
Bro, the Lakers are a different story, bro. I'm not even gonna talk about them. They didn't even make it, bro. I didn't even put them in there. They didn't even make it. So
Obviously, it's them for me and my Hawks too. Because at the beginning of the season, me and Chef, we was going back and forth, and I was telling them that I was wanting the Hawks to hover around 5 or 4. I really gave them 4, but they dropped down. What they had to play in now?
Yeah.
like I expected.
So you did say that, bro. You did. I get that to you. But it's still a long season. Anything can happen. But yeah, the Lakers, man. Lakers. I'm not used to seeing Bron lose, man. It hurts, bro. Especially when you got AD as your co-star. I feel like with Bron and AD, that's an unstoppable force, and with anything that they put around them, they should be able to win for real. But Rob them didn't necessarily put the right pieces around last
You
season.
answered my
At the
question.
beginning of this season, they didn't necessarily put the right pieces around it. I feel like now with these the trades that they made, bringing in Hachimura, bringing in Vanderbilt, getting Pat Beverly up out of there, getting Westbrook up out of there, bringing in Mo
Eli.
Bamba. We can make something happen, bro. But just AD ain't been healthy. Bron ain't been in a couple games. They done been beat with Bron and AD. So team's not afraid of them no more for real. You got a 14-20 record against your Western Conference for real. And you also lose to the top teams like Philly, like Dallas, Boston. We got L's against them. Hey, 27-32. The Warriors got more wins than them. It's trash to me.
I'm gonna go ahead and say the most disappointing teams for me so far has been like the obviously the Bulls, because with that roster that you got, you're supposed to be one of the teams that we talk about as like a potential contender. Like we know the Bulls won't be the favorite, but we know they're not even making a play in right now. Like honestly, that's supposed to be good enough to just be a second round fight, to go there. I got the Timberwolves too, because we're supposed to be seeing some unheard of defensive numbers. They're pretty disappointed, honestly, because it was like they're so disappointed they even traded D'Lo because things just not as going as great as they expected. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Cat hadn't been there enough as they need. Then I'm gonna say the Nets too, and I'm gonna say the Nets disappointing because it's just like the player empowerment came back to just bite them. Like sometimes you just can't give in to all these players' demands, and ultimately it just ended up hurting their team. They went from being one of the favorites to now they like, who knows what they may be. They look good with Mikal Bridges, Spencer Dinwiddie, everybody out there, Claxton, but honestly, they're a disappointment. They're a disappointment. Then I'm gonna stay with the Hawks too, because the Hawks, they got like Trey Young, John Collins, Clint Capella, still DeAndre Hunter, still. It's like, and they made no moves at the trade deadline. They did nothing. They stayed stagnant. Unlike the Raptors, where they brought in, they plugged the problem. The Hawks didn't do it.
I mean, we brought in Sadiq. They brought in Sadiq Bey.
Sadiq Bey won't do anything.
Man, he ain't done
He
nothing.
won't do anything for them. That won't do anything for them. I mean, what's the point of? I mean, Sadiq Bey is better than you gave up Kevin Herter, but I feel like Trey is just so much of a ball dominant player. Sadiq Bey is just it's not gonna do anything. It's just not gonna work. So I just feel like a lot of these teams, the Bulls, they're the biggest disappointment for me. You got DeMar, you got Zach, and they talk about getting Westbrook. I don't know. I don't know what that does. I don't know what that.
I'll add another team in there. The Raptors.
Yeah.
I thought the Raptors would be better than 29-30. I thought they'd at least be up there with the Knicks and the Heat. You know, they're in the playing. No, they're not even in the playing. No, they are. They're not. They're not. They're 28-31. I think they should at least be like I said, somewhere with the Knicks and the Heat. But they haven't, and they got the same team, they got the same roster from literally last year that went to the playoffs and gave the Sixers some go, and they're not, and they just haven't been it. And I don't know why. I really don't. But Fred Siakam has had an All-Star year. He just made the All-Star team. Fred been inconsistent, honestly. Gary Trent ain't been really been good.
Pick it up.
He's had moments, and OG been in and out the lineup, but he been okay, but he been in and out, and he's their best defender. So they should at least be better than 28-31. No, I put them up there. But yeah, I say the Nets too because bro, they were bro. Did y'all heard
They were the favorites.
y'all saw that press conference KD had today with the Suns, and he was talking about he said, man, he was basically shocked that Kyrie asked for a trade, and he was like, we had the momentum. They were second. They was at one point second in the East, third, fourth, and then Kyrie just says, "We're gone. Like I'm gone." And like Shondell said, the player empowerment it bite the Nets in the butt. But I mean, player empowerment that probably will never go away. Me personally, that'll never go away. You gotta do when you have top 5 players like LeBron and KD, all of them. You basically kind of gotta cater to them to an extent.
You gotta make them happy, yeah.
So that'll never go away. But I mean, they said, hey man, we rather be average, fight in the first round, than deal with that BS that was going on. So yeah, I say the Nets too.